Yes! Thank you. Demon Dean is fixed.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Supernatural, Season 10, Episode 2. Reichenbach. Reichenbach. For those of you that didn't understand that, sorry. My German accent is bad. So Reichenbach picks up right where Black left off. We see Sam getting tortured by Cole, and Cole reveals to him that Dean killed Cole's father 12 years ago. And he tries to get Sam to help him find Dean. When Sam refuses, he lets Sam escape so that he can probably follow him to wherever Dean is hiding. And so after Sam escapes, he goes looking for Dean. He's going to all these different places that he thinks Demon Dean has been, and he's trying to find him, but nobody can help him out. Meanwhile, in the background, Dean is finally acting like a demon. The first scene of this episode with Demon Dean, I was like, not this shit again. But it's at a strip club, and he ends up beating up a security guard. I was like, oh, okay, maybe there is a glimmer of hope here. And then he goes back to Crowley, who's waiting at the bar. Crowley's got a contract for him. He's like, I need you to kill this lady who's having an affair with her husband. Her husband asked me to kill her, so you gotta kill her for me. And the only reason why Crowley says that Dean has to kill him is because he says that Dean needs to feed the market Cain. He needs, in order to do that, he needs to kill somebody. So Dean goes to this person's house, sees that the wife is there. He meets with the contact, who is the husband, who is the guy who called Crowley to have his wife killed. And Dean's talking to him in the car, and then he pulls out the not the market Cain, the first blade, and stabs the dude. I'm just like, oh, holy shit. Dean is evil. So Dean comes back to the bar. He tells Crowley that he didn't kill the wife, he killed the husband. He and Crowley have a falling out, and Crowley's like, it's like, you need the mark of Cain to feed. He's like, are you a human or are you a demon? Pick a bloody side! And Demon Dean's just telling Crowley, he's like, you know what, you suck. You don't tell me what to do. I'm a demon. I do whatever the hell I want to do, so don't tell me how to live my life. So after this little falling out, Crowley lets Dean go on by himself, and he contacts Sam about Dean's whereabouts, and Sam meets him, and Sam's all pissed at Crowley, of course. Then we get another plot of this episode with Cass and Hannah. They're trying to find Cass's grace, so Hannah goes back into heaven, talks to Metatron, who's in a straitjacket and a prison cell. She's trying to strike a deal with Metatron, trying to get Cass's grace back, but then Cass comes back and he's like, no, don't talk to him. He's a big liar. Whatever he says isn't true. He's not going to give me my grace back. He's like, this is my life. Let me get my grace back how I want to do it. Then we see that Sam finally meets up with Dean, and he's trying to convince Dean to go back to being human, but Dean doesn't want to. And then Cole comes, and then there's a huge crazy ass throwdown with Cole and Dean. And this is the part in the episode where I was like, this is what I expected to see in the first episode from Demon Dean. Just him beating the living shit out of people. Demon Dean in this fight is like a ninja. Like, Cole's trying to, punch him and shit, and keeps missing. Like, he comes within, 10 feet of missing, and Demon Dean's just, punching him and beating the living shit out of him. It was a pretty damn cool fight, I'll say that. Even though Demon Dean does beat the living shit out of Cole, he does leave Cole alive, which means Sam can capture him and bring him back to the bunker. And that is our episode. So this episode, a whole lot better than Black. Still slightly disappointing on one aspect, but a lot better than Black. It gave me hope again. First off, Demon Dean is the way Demon Dean should have been written in Black. Instead of being a douchier, drunk version of Dean, he was actually evil in this episode. You saw it, because first scene, he was at a strip club, and you were just like, not this bull again. Why do they have to make Demon Dean silly? And then he beats up a security guard. You're like, oh, well, maybe he's not. I mean, we saw him do that in Black, but he just went back to being a douchier Dean, so maybe they'll fix him. I don't know. Knowing Jeremy Carver, he won't fix him at all. And it's like Crowley sends him on the mission to go kill this woman. He kills a man instead, comes back to Crowley, tells him he can do whatever the hell he wants. Crowley lets him go. Crowley tries to, tame him, but Demon Dean's just too much for him, and Demon Dean's like, yeah, I can overpower you. You're nothing for me. At that point, I was like, please, kill somebody else. Please do something else evil so that there is proof that that wasn't just a glimmer of hope. like we saw in Black when he killed a guy at the gas station. Please don't tell me that was just a glimmer of hope. And luckily it wasn't, because he and Cole had a throwdown, and Cole's got a vendetta against Dean, because apparently Dean killed his father back in 2003, which I don't know. This is a part of the episode that I like, other than the fact that Dean's actually a demon in this episode. And I really like this part of the episode because it leaves you guessing, because like when the episode opens, you hear like somebody being killed. You don't see it on screen, and then Cole, as a little kid, comes down the stairs and sees his dead father, and then Dean walks in through like the kitchen with a bloody knife. It's a young Dean, so it's like Jensen Ackles like digitally altered to look younger. He's got that look on his face. It's just like, yeah, I killed a monster, but it's like, but it makes it look like Dean killed Cole's dad. Which, to me, I'm just like, that's not something Dean would do unless if the dad was a monster. Now, if his father was a monster, Dean would kill him. But here's my thinking on this. I think it's either that the father was a monster, so Dean killed him, or something else killed his father, and Dean killed whatever killed Cole's father, and he came in to try and look for the kid to get him out of the house, but the kid just thought Dean killed him. That's my theory on that whole thing. I like how they threw that in there. It kind of got me thinking. I was like, there's no way Dean could, if that guy was a human, there's no way Dean would kill him as a human, unless, I don't know, unless if he was like a total dick, or Dean was a demon back then. I don't know. Maybe he was possessed by a demon then. We don't know. But I mean, I like that because it's opening up avenues as to how they can explain that. I thought it was interesting that that's why Cole is going after Dean, because he thinks Dean killed his father. And like I said before, Demon Dean is actually fixed. Like, he has to throw down with Cole. He's actually acting evil. He talks evil. His eyes flash every once in a while, so it's like, okay, yeah, you know when he's going to talk evil. His eyes flash too in black, but it was like, when his eyes flashed in black, he was just being a douchier version of Dean, and this, he's actually evil. You're like, thank you. Jeremy Carver finally came to his senses and fixed Demon Dean. Now I have hope for the rest of this season. Or I should say storyline, not season, since I think this storyline is going to be wrapped up at the end of episode 3. And another thing that really surprised me in this episode, when they first had this whole outline of episodes for season 10, they originally said that Sam and Dean weren't going to see each other until season 3, so I was like, oh cool, 2 episodes where we get to see Demon Dean with Crowley and Sam doing whatever the hell he's doing. They meet each other at the end of this episode, which I thought was surprising. I was like, whoa, okay, so they're back together. I thought they were coming back next episode. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm just saying it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, oh, it's this episode, not next episode. And it looks like it's going to work out, because that explains how Demon Dean gets to the bunker. Because we all saw that promo clip, like that preview clip where he's going through the bunker with an axe trying to fight Sam. He's like, come on, Sammy! Come on out! So that explains how Demon Dean gets to the bunker. I think that's cool. I did not expect Sam and Dean to meet up in this episode, but they did, and I think it worked out. Crowley, not really much to say about him. He's always a badass. Okay, so remember at the beginning of the view when I said this review, or this episode, was a lot better than Black, but I was still slightly disappointed? Yeah, I'm only slightly disappointed, all because of the freaking Cass storyline. This whole Cass storyline, 2 episodes and we've gotten nowhere. He is no closer to finding his grace than he was at the beginning of Black. It's like his storyline is the most boring storyline because nothing happens. There's no angels trying to stop him from getting his grace back. Like, whatever happened to those dick-ass angels that were like factions? I know they probably all got killed by Metatron in Season 9, but it's like, seriously, there's gotta be like some other bad angel factions out there that don't want this to happen. Like, where are they? So then Hannah takes it upon herself to open the portal to heaven. She goes to heaven, talks to Metatron, who's in a jail cell, trying to strike a deal to give Cass his grace back. Cass comes back, he tells her, yeah, he's a liar. But the first time we see Metatron, he's in a jail cell, but he's in a straitjacket as well. Really? Metatron in a straitjacket? Come on. At no point in the show have you ever hinted that Metatron is like mentally ill or like physically ill, so why is he in a straitjacket in heaven? Is it because he's been in that jail cell in heaven for like 6 months, or like however many weeks this season takes place after season 9? and he's like starting to go crazy. I don't know, but I don't like it. It's stupid. Don't do that to Metatron. It's the dumbest thing that I've ever seen on the show, other than the fact that they switched the rules for the shapeshifters and werewolves, and now for the demons when they call somebody with their own blood. And the episode Bloodlines that they spent 2 years developing just to rip off the originals. That's even more stupid. So if they could just throw that whole plot line like right out the door, bring in Eric Kripke or Sarah Gamble and rewrite that whole like Cass trying to find his grace thing so that something actually got accomplished in these 2 episodes, I'd be like, yes, please, do that. Don't let Jeremy Carver write Cass's storyline. And I mean, no offense to Jeremy Carver, because I know I kind of bashed him a little bit in my Black review for not making Demon Dean the way he was supposed to be written. He fixed Demon Dean. He fixed everything else in this episode, but like it's nothing with the Cass storyline. It's like Soulless Sam all over again. It's like, why is Sam acting so weird? I don't want to wait 6 or 7 episodes to finally get a lead on Cass's grace. Just like how he had to wait 6 or 7 episodes in season 6 to find out what was wrong with Sam and why he was acting so weird. Turns out he had no soul. So that's one aspect of this season that I think needs to be addressed and fixed, and Hannah, she's starting to get on my nerves. So if they had fixed that casting, Reichenbach probably would have been a perfect episode, but they didn't fix it, but they did fix everything else, so that makes me excited to say that Reichenbach is an episode that is definitely worth watching. I mean, it's still not great by any means. Like this season, I mean, these past few seasons, to be honest with you, from like season 6 to now, nothing's ever gonna top seasons 4 or 5. That's never gonna happen. But Reichenbach is a big improvement over Black. They fixed everything that went wrong with Black except the Cass storyline, and now I officially have hope that for this season, it renewed my hope in the season. In episode 3, Soul Survivor looks amazing. So Supernatural fans, what did you think of the episode Reichenbach? I want to hear your thoughts, so drop me a comment in the comments section below. And for more reviews on movies, music, video games, and TV shows, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.